Hi everybody, how are you? May I wish you Happy New Year, everybody. And I hope 2021 did not pass by you with regrets. And if there was any regrets, probably it's time to take stock as to what went wrong and maybe set a better goals for 2022. And for us investors, right, we also want to know what 2022 holds for us. So therefore, for today, I will try my best to share the market outlook for 2022. Hey, my name is Lily, and I'm a Kashikoi trader. And in the Japanese language, Kashikoi means wise. And I actually was one of the speaker in the world of wealth, and I shared the same stage with Matt Smith as well as Rudy Lim. Rudy is the CEO of OIO, and the Matt Smith is actually from Good Soil Management. I was also one of the speaker with on this WTH conference, as well as a speaker in Binance Countdown Party. And the most recent was I was on the so-called on the same stage with Mary Buffett as well as Sean Seah in the Co-Create conference. That was in December last year. And today, before I proceed further, this is a disclaimer on whatever information I share today. It's is for education purpose, and for any kind of investment advice, please do your own due diligence. So just use it for education purpose only, right? So I think all of us, we know that 2021 for the stock market, especially like the SPY, right? The market has actually gone up by 25%. So it is actually a big jump, right? But we also know that when things goes up, sometimes that it could be retracement. So let's take a look at what happens in historical sense, right? I mean, history would says that if you look at this chart, right, these are somewhere in January of the past 5 years, right? In 17, 2018, January 19, 20, 21, and of course, this is the latest. So um, we can see that generally the market, especially January portion, always increase and then increases, right? But there is also a lot of views say that going forward 2022 there may be some kind of like some mixed review from some of the analysts, various analysts. Some okay, so some of them says, let me share with you a little bit. Here is like Christopher Warren. He's a senior MD and head of research at Co Bond Ratings Agency. What he says is that 2022 might be a good year for fundamentals, but not for financials. So basically, he's trying to say is that we don't have to just look at the financials, but when we invest, we should look at the fundamentals of the business. And I think for a lot of value investors, we all agree that the fundamentals in the business is really important. Yeah. So before I proceed further, I mean, maybe if you are a Singaporean or you're in Singapore, maybe you can give me a heart and click on the heart. And if you are a Malaysian, you can give us a like, or if you're in any part of the world, maybe you can click either a heart or a like for me, right? Right. So moving forward, we have this lady. She's Joyce Chang, and she's chair of global research at JP Morgan. She's also named as one of the top 25 most powerful women in finance by the American Banker. And what she says is 2022 will be a year above trend for global growth. Yeah. So again, they have different views on the market in 2022, as well as for this here, right? This lady called Joyce Chang again, it says that the worst is behind us. And when it comes to slowdown in China. So to her is for China, the market has actually the worst is already over. So she is looking forward that it is going to go up, right? And she also says that it is likely to be a positive year for equities. So is she right? Is she wrong? Is any of them right? Wrong? We really do not know, because nobody can actually predict the market. We can have views, but the market ultimately will pan out by itself depending on other news that come along. For example, maybe the Fed could be printing more money, it will affect the market badly. Yeah. So this is all views, but it's good to know what is in the market and what they share. This guy is Tom. Tom Lee actually predicts a record 2022, but he warns that the big gains won't come until the second half. Yep. So he sees it as a tougher year, but there's gain if you hold out to the second half of the year. And he also says, right, that these are the winning traits for, I mean, at least this is what he views. And he, for 2022, and his top picks are energy, fangs, and healthcare, right? So again, is he right? Is wrong? So for this guy, he is Tom Essay, and he says that, sorry, his view is that the market will move as well, and this is what he shares, that it will actually be up and probably down. That's what he says. Yeah, a market outlook, and there is major change coming as well. Okay, so regardless of how the market reacts, right? For me as option trader, and especially for other option traders as well, what we do is, in option trading, we can profit when the market goes up, market goes down, or even sideways. And for value investors, they don't care how the market react. They always go for the fundamentals, because they invest, like what Warren Buffett says, with a long-term perspective. They invest to hold on to the good fundamentals, strong stock, and they wait for it to go up to, then they will start to take necessary action to sell if the market is really too hot, or and when it goes down, that is the best time for them to buy. So option trader, for us, we can profit where the market goes up, sideways, and down. So for myself, okay, I have a upcoming free 1 hour webinar. Okay, this is actually a webinar that I'm going to share on some proven strategy to generate low risk and high return as a side hustle income using a GPU system. So what I'll do is, I'm going to share this link in the comment later on, and the so-called free webinar will be next Friday at 9 p.m. because a lot of people may be working late, this and that. So after work, 9 p.m. is about right. Yeah. So I'll share the link, and if you're able to join, please join. So hopefully 2022 will see a year where we take action, right? Everyone take action to better ourselves. Even though if the market seems to go not too sure where, right? Because these are their views. So it is always good to learn new skills so we can better ourselves. So hopefully you can join me for this free webinar. So I have for me just for today, that's it. So I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next FB Live. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And yeah, happy Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. Yeah, okay. 恭喜发财